Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we are worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing properties. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
I don't know. It's been a long time. Like a really long time. Like, it's been a really long time. Oh my God. It's been like forever. It seemed like.
It's all good. We're here.
That's true. Yeah, we back, y'all. What's good? It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. Yeah, we back. We are definitely in a different mindset.
Very true.
It has, I think it's, for lack of better words, it has opened my vernacular when it comes to understanding certain things. It has definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. One in particular, I think it's hell, just trying to be consistent.
Yeah. Especially when you have a lot going on, not just from a personal standpoint, but from a mental standpoint. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of input, a lot of getting things together and all that, just to go live.
Right.
So, it's a lot, y'all. if you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. It takes a measurable toll, not just on yourself, but just your mental health and everything else. It's just you got so many different things going on. You're juggling and you're trying to stay consistent, but at the same time, you're just like, am I failing? Am I just not meeting my goals or achieving the things that I say I was going to achieve? I'm just not. Am I just not doing it? But the reality is you're not giving up. What you're doing is you're trying to make a better way for you to be consistent more consistently.
Absolutely.
And I think you get out of your own way, and you allow that to happen. You don't give up, but you continue to create. You continue to have better ideas. You continue to show up.
Yeah. And you jot down all your creative thoughts, and while you're doing that,
absolutely,
you may not look at it right away. You may take a day or two and go back to those notes and creative thoughts that you put down, and you're like, oh man, I can put this together. This is a whole show or a whole podcast in itself.
Right.
So it does. You expound an immeasurable amount of energy.
Get it out, please.
I'm over here trying. Excuse me, y'all. But you do. You spend an immeasurable amount of energy putting forth your creative thoughts, your creative anything, and it takes a toll on you. And shoot, by the time you're finished with your creative thoughts, you may need to go lay down, take a nap, especially if it's midday or early afternoon.
Right.
Shoot, especially if you spend a tremendous amount of time creating.
Yeah, that's true.
You spend hours putting that all together. Next thing you know, you're wiped out completely, and you need a reset.
That's true. You put a lot of energy into something, and I think you overdo it by overthinking, overprocessing, and trying to, be the master of your own creation. You're overthinking the process when in all reality you just need to sit down and map it out. Truly map it out. Don't just say, okay, I like doing this. Okay, you like doing this, but how are you going to be different?
Right.
How are you going to present yourself in a way that not only are you presentable for yourself authentically, you're there for the people too. People ain't just sitting there listening to some bullshit that they can listen to anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of where they're at in their journey, you have to attach yourself to something
right
that you like, or that original, I guess you can say, someone being just authentically them.
Right.
Not like anybody else, not like somebody that mimics somebody else, or whatever. I mean, some people have likes that mimic other people, and that's cool, but I'm not trying to be
everybody else.
Right. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I already know that. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be like everybody else that you're paying attention to or listening to. And then when you get to a certain status and you start building, and you're able to touch certain things, you're going to be able to talk about those certain things you touch in your way, so that other people can better understand where you're coming from. And it's not just that what's the word I'm looking for? It's not that too touchy-feely type conversation that you feel like you're overdoing, when really you're not. You're just being you. And then you're like, we need to have this conversation. I mean, yeah, I might have delayed talking to you or conversating or whatever the case may be, but there's some words that need to be said. So don't forget where you're at, but at the same time, when you gotta take care of you, take care of you.
Absolutely. And I just want to touch on one thing real quick. Is you mentioned in the beginning of the conversation about, you know, when you're in your creative or whatever and you're overthinking. For those that don't know much about PTSD or post-traumatic stress, that is a huge part of having PTSD, is you overthink everything.
Right.
So I just want to touch on that because, you know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So just want to bring that to the forefront.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on? I mean, yeah, we've been gone for quite a while.
We have, but
yeah,
we've had some things happening in the background that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Life has been lifing us.
Yeah,
And the math doesn't math. I will say that.
That's for damn sure. The math is not definitely mathing. It's not being very mathy.
No. Some days home ownership is not what it's all cracked up to be. I'm going to say that.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, yeah, everybody's like, oh, I want to own a home, and I want to do this and that and the third, and that's great. But what happens when you actually have to do that shit for real?
Yeah.
And it's like your first time owning a home, and you may be good with money, but not this kind of house money.
Yeah.
You know,
the house money don't play.
Some people are aware of it, and other people are not. And some people say you just have to prepare yourself for it. And other people, you know, there's so many different dynamics when it comes to just home ownership. It's ridiculous, and things that you're prepared for, and things you're not prepared for. And
absolutely,
I can be transparent. You know, I didn't own my first home until I was 47. Damn near 47. I was like 46 and a half.
Yep. You got a couple months to go before you hit 47.
But I think it taught me a lot, not just going through the process. It taught me a lot just about looking for the right home.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and knowing what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. Some people, yes, you buy because you can afford. Some people buy because it's attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Other people buy because it's an investment. Some people want to continue their legacy.
Right.
And buy a home. You know what I'm saying? Be that example and be responsible. You know, husband to the wife and everything. It might be just a single woman that owns a home. Maybe a single man that owns. Whatever the dynamic. People go into home ownership with
a portion of knowledge.
Not even just a portion. Some people have the knowledge when they own a home. You know, they go into, I know I need to own a home, so I need to save money, and to prepare themselves to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Other people kind of, you know, I want to get there, but, you know, my credit score is my current weight right now. So I'm trying to get my credit score way above my weight. My credit score should not even be my weight, but it is my weight. And that's a sad reality that some people have to face, that their credit score is like 220. You know, 310, you know, whatever.
Right.
And and people take credit for granted because they think it's one of those sabotage type dynamics that's going on in the world to keep us stuck and suppressed. But the argument is this: even if that was the case, why stay stuck in it?
Right.
When people you know that have way better credit than you not only have the car and things like that, but they have the ability to touch money you can't, and not even on some illegal shit.
Right. Doing things
doing stuff to multiply the money so that they can pay for whatever it is that they got the money from, pay that back, and use the money for an asset. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Mario. But I don't get it. I mean, it's funny because Mario's even here watching this. It's funny because I was actually going to bring this up. He had like bought a home and shared some pictures, right? And it was of his backyard and the work he did and everything else like that. And it's like, wow, you know, it's like you want to share that accomplishment when you own a home.
Absolutely.
It's like this is my place where I spend my time with my family and I relax. I drink my beer, my cerveza, or my bourbon, whatever the case may be. You go there for your sanctuary and your peace of mind.
Facts.
People don't just buy homes to just, well, I'm not gonna say that because they have shows on I think it's what A&E when they had hoarders.
Oh.
And people turn their life savings into what's that damn show that also comes on A&E when they go into the damn the auction and storage facility, Storage Wars.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they purchased those units.
Yeah.
That are full.
Right, but that's what people end up turning their life into.
Yeah.
Your house is a Storage Wars. You just got shit in this house that people on Storage Wars wouldn't even go into the auction to even go through that. It's like you have this house that's, 3-bedroom, whatever, and then it's like it takes a whole team to go in there and clean that stuff out that you did just so that you have a livable house.
Right.
And it's like you uncovered all this stuff that you've been hoarding. It's like, oh shit, there goes my son. He's not missing. What the fuck you mean? What are you talking about, woman? He's not playing hide and seek. He's trying to go to bed.
I'm done.
He got school in the morning. You messing around. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's like the mentality going into what, like, kind of the topic we're talking about. Expecting something you can't even afford.
Right.
So,
and I think if I may, the first piece of that, expecting something right there off rip, you cannot have an expectation.
Right.
On most anything, you cannot.
You see Mario's comment?
I just be throwing shit away.
Right.
And he said, "Oh, I ain't used that in 3 days."
Trash. Bro.
Yeah. So, well, you need to come talk to your brother then, because if there's some things in the house that he hasn't used in 3 days, you may want to come over here and trash some things.
Shut up. I'm gonna get my bubble dub button since you keep saying trash. I keep saying I was gonna do it. I'm gonna get it. Trash. Let's talk about. Matter of fact, not that we forgetting subjects, because I'm gonna come back to this. Expecting something you can't afford, because it's that mentality.
Right.
What happened to the Cowboys?
Trash. Yes, Mario. He has some tendencies. Longer than 3 days, bro.
Hey, don't judge me. I just went to 4 monitors, okay? So don't judge me.
Yes, you did.
I had to.
And I went to 3.
Yeah, my wife had to go to 3, so I was like, okay, since you're gonna upgrade, I need to upgrade too. So let's have this conversation. But anyway, going to 4 monitors and actually being able to watch football and be able to pull screens up and analyze shit, I was like, oh yeah. Now crypto, it's off the chain on 4 screen. But let's get into this conversation about the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm done, Mario, because you already know.
Hey, the boxes for the damn monitors are still in the damn living room. Let's not get it twisted.
Because I have not broken them down and put them out.
Well, and to be fair, we ain't had the house clean yet.
And all my ish is gone.
We have house cleaners, and it's about their time, though. Don't get it twisted.
I know.
It's about their time.
That but be throwing all kind of ish away.
Yeah, I'm missing an earring, like bullshit.
Yeah, you're missing a whole laundry bag too.
I'm missing a laundry bag and an earring. The earring that you bought me. Yeah, I think it got sucked up in the vacuum.
Okay. Don't let me have a heart attack on the show now.
They insured? Shit. I mean, anyway. What the fuck Mario saying?
Why you gotta throw them phone boxes away too?
I know. You
ain't never gonna need that.
Bruh.
Yeah.
We need to do a podcast specifically about just that, because I never was like this. But now it's like I make excuses to try to attach myself to shit, because it's like, well, you never know. You might have to mail that phone back. Bitch, put the old phone in the new phone box and mail it back. They ain't gonna know what they don't know what the phone is when they open the damn box up. They know it's not a 16.
You don't even need to put it in a daggone box. You can put it in some bubble wrap and send it back.
You're right. You can wrap that shit up. But then that's gonna be the excuse to keep the damn box. No, mail the box back with the old phone. I already know what Mario thinking. That's exactly what I be thinking. But I don't know. I don't know. My whole thinking right now is making sure that I have a quality enough storm shelter with all these damn hurricanes and shit coming up. You know, you
overanalyzing right now?
No, I'm not overanalyzing. You're preparing. It's like when you are I'll put it like this. When men think, most men plan.
You're always in the preparation phase.
You got to be in the no, not preparation H. Stop. I ain't got no hemorrhoids. No. Prep.
How weak.
You're right. At least I have no water. Put that shit on the door line. Hey, I got 4 of them in the closet. Let's go. Fill them up with sand, bro. That ain't stopping no damn water. Stop. But what was I just talking about? Preparing. I think preparing, and I put it like this. I'll tie it to home buying, since that's what we were talking about before.
Sure.
Some preparation has to be in your mind frame when you're preparing to buy a house, because you can have an idea of how much you want to spend. Some people don't have that reality, though.
True.
Some people living in the area where the medium income, the medium home is like $400,000.
Right.
But they want to spend $350,000 on $600,000 worth of shit. You want a $600,000 home and a $350,000 budget.
That math don't math.
The math ain't mathing, bro. No.
Well, you know, like us when we moved out here from Washington State, you know, the ownership, you know, of the home and the mortgage was way different. And then we moved here to find out we were qualified for
a lot more house.
A whole lot more. And it was like, yo, what?
It was funny because when we was in Washington State, we couldn't qualify for...
They said we couldn't qualify for dang near nothing.
Like dang nothing, right?
That shit was funny.
So
over here, and it was a whole nother world.
Well, this is the funny thing. We sold the house in Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Made a nice little profit.
Basically, had to stay in a hotel for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the housing market and COVID. Like, literally, we moved
at the
beginning, like the very, very, very beginning of COVID. When Washington State started having their outbreak,
we left.
We was already like our shit. We had a trash dumpster in front of our house. the whole house had already been packed up in pods. Mm-hmm. And we were at the Ford dealership trading in 2 cars for a fucking F-150 that we just got rid of.
Yes.
Okay.
4 years later.
Yeah, 4 years later. Mm-hmm. So
it was a good ride.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Right.
But I think it was going through that whole process.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
We had to be prepared. Because there was no way we was going to be able to do that trip cross country from Washington State over here to the East Coast. The DMV. With 2 cars.
With the remainder of our stuff.
Yeah, with the remainder of the stuff that we knew we needed.
Plus the dog.
Plus my dog.
Plus us.
It was us. We had I told my wife to make sure, at the time she wasn't my wife, but I said, if I was you, I would pack up to a month of clothes.
Man, say.
And she was like, what? We like had this discussion like months before we even sold the house, before we even was talking about putting the house on the market. I said, you got to make sure you have a month of clothes.
Yeah.
And
it was crazy.
We got to, make sure we have enough food for Missy because we don't know. But, I mean, it was so many different things. And she was like, okay. And put it in the back of her mind. And then when everything started happening, when, like, she was like, babe.
She
was like, babe, they just came back. They sent me an offer. I'm sorry. They doing what? They said they're going to send me an offer. So they're going to relocate you. What offer?
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, if that offer is not in the 6 figures, we're not going. I'm sorry. I was like, we're just going to have to tough it out here in Washington State and deal with the fucking crackheads. We're just going to have to tough it out.
And why you said that had no bearing on my mind at all about the monetary factor.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to go. It didn't matter if it was 6 figures to me.
Right. But what did I tell you though?
To leave.
But what did I tell you? Actually, I know you remember, Mario. Mm-hmm. But what did I tell you?
You said if it doesn't have 6 figures, there's no reason.
I said it doesn't benefit you in the pay scale that you're at right now.
Right.
I was like, you're in Washington State. Cost of living in Washington State is nowhere near what it is on the East Coast.
Right. And literally, when they sent me the offer,
I said, we can work with that.
I looked at the numbers.
I said, we can work with that.
I went downstairs. I said, well, it's got 6 figures.
No. I said, we can work with that. Because it wasn't, but it was what it was. And I said, we can work with that.
It was 6 figures.
Because by the time we got there, we knew that it was going to be that.
Oh, yeah. And then
so I was like, okay.
Yep.
So the whole plan started going into motion. The whole planning.
Oh, it was
that we had talked about 6 months prior.
It happened in like literally a couple of days.
Like I'm sitting in the garage and I said, hey, so where that realtor at? And she looked at me and she was like, you serious right now, ain't you? I was like, yeah. I said, you can't accept that without the house being on the market. That's rule number 1. I said, the house has to be already on the market before you even accept that.
Mm-hmm. It was already too late.
Like, she had already pressed go.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, I was like, you're not ready to do this.
Everything had to fall in motion, though.
I was like, and I told her, I said, we're in COVID. I was like, you better hope. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And
I literally called an old boss who had a realtor in speed dial. Bless you. And I got a hold of them, and it was like boom, boom, boom. Everything just.
But see, this was all during COVID.
Shit just started rolling and happening, and it, like, life was passing me by.
People don't. No. Let me say this. Let me say this. People don't realize this when you in a home selling process or home buying process. If you have VA home loan, there is so many things that you don't have to pay for up front.
Yes.
That is a blessing to you.
Absolutely.
That a lot of places will accept the fact that they're going to get paid at closing.
Yep.
We had stuff on the roof that we didn't know about.
Yep. Done.
Paid at closing. Mm-hmm. We had appreciate them stars, brother. We had stuff in the garage that we knew about, but we was just kind of like, we were trying to hurry up and get up out the house.
Yeah.
That got deferred. Actually, no, it didn't.
No, you went and fixed those.
I went and fixed it. Yeah, I went to Lowe's and cut it out and did everything and replastered it and did everything. And they went in there and they was like, yeah, that's good. Yep. It's like, who came and did that? I was like, I did that. They was like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, the hell I did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
broke out some carpentry skills you didn't know you had.
I always had carpentry skills. Okay, I was born on Christmas. Anyway,
this guy.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, and something with the heater thing in one of the upstairs bedrooms. You fixed that. We didn't have to pay nobody for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I fixed that. Yeah.
Yep. And it was like, and it almost was like a easy fix.
Mm-hmm.
But had we just didn't know. We didn't know something wasn't working.
Bro, it would be 11,000. Bro, so we are all over the place on this podcast, and that's why I love doing this podcast, because we can talk about whatever the hell we want. Yeah. So let's be transparent. Where's my where's my button at?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Oh shit! I gotta find that button. There it is. The rabbit hole.
Mario said something.
What's that?
I said Mario said something. He said we had an energy inspection on our new build. They gave me a report and said it would be $11,000. Ouch.
Damn.
Ouch.
Shit, I got a report in YouTube. I'm about to
Tim Taylor it.
Bro, yeah, Tim Taylor. I don't shit. Oh man. So,
bro,
and we play y'all this Sunday, man. Man, damn.
See, that's what's up. The inspection was free.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we just went into. So I
Oh God. Oh God. Yes.
Okay, so going down this rabbit hole of home ownership, right?
Can I preface it real quick?
Yeah, preface it, please. Yeah. You gotta preface it. You gotta preface it first, because it doesn't involve me until.
You got up and walked out.
Huh?
I said it doesn't involve you until you got up and walked.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really does. Hey. So y'all gotta. Hey, this is the.
No, what I was.
No, where's my button? No, I gotta play the asshole, because literally, this is an asshole moment.
Straight up.
Like dead ass.
Let me just sit there looking silly.
Like, bro. No, you gotta preface it. No, I gotta preface it, because your preface is gonna be too long.
No, it's not. I was just about to say, hence at the beginning of the podcast, when we talked about lifing us, and the math, not mathing on some things in the home ownership business.
Right.
I'm just saying, that's what I was going to preface. So now you may roll in and talk about the rabbit hole shit.
Bet that, Mario. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you all the time when you jump in, man. I appreciate
Thanks, Mario. Appreciate you, bro.
And I need to do the same thing. I got to get me a damn Peloton. So
y'all on your own with that one.
Yeah. So anyway, your ass gonna be on it too. So let's preface it like this. So when we first moved into the house, I told my wife we needed to get pest control, and a lot of things happened. Being that we were on the East Coast, we had to get termite inspections and everything else, and blah blah blah. Right. Yep. So
normal inspection things, just roll with them.
Right. So wifey had this company for the that did the termite inspection.
Mm-hmm.
They had pest control.
Yes.
So I had told her, I was like, why don't you go ahead and call them, since we have it, to come over, because I had pest control and it was just expensive for them to come out and do stuff. Yet, excuse me, there was other shit in the house breaking.
Yeah.
So I had to reallocate the money that I was spending monthly for pest control to pay for some shit to get fixed.
The budgeting of funds had to be reallocated.
Yes. I had to talk to the budgeting officer. We had quarters. And then we went to the wardroom because wardroom 3 was cooking lobster and steaks. So we went up there because I knew the mess up. I knew the mess cook. Anyway.
And they should not have been cooking lobster.
Anyway. Any fucking way. God damn it. You being an asshole.
Yes, I am.
So, anyway, long story short, okay. The story getting long as hell. Anyway, long story short.
That's your long-winded ass.
No, it's not. I'm not even being long-winded. Wow. So, I went off in a tangent. So, anyway, long story short, the whole conversation about trying to use the pest control and everything came up because, we were outside and we kept seeing bees flying around and shit like that. And we're just like, look, when we had this pest control thing, I think they were kind of intimidated around making nests near the house. And they wouldn't come over here. Now we're seeing a lot more. Then we started seeing a lot more spiders.
Yeah.
And then ants. And we was like, okay, this is done. We got to do this. So these two goofy ass 20-year-olds come to the fucking house, right? And this is what set my whole anxiety adrift. They come to the house and they's like, we gonna check the attic because shit starts in the attic. That's what they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go in the attic and they take pictures and everything. And it's like, yeah, you got a mice problem in the attic. Mind you, this is a few months ago. I live on the East Coast. The East Coast was hotter than a fire ant nest. Okay? It was hotter than Sexy Red singing, "Go Sexy, Go Sexy." Yeah, it was hotter than that shit right now. Okay? That's how hot it is up there. Now, what don't make absolutely no sense. My brother, Chris, what's good, brother? My brother. So they go up the attic and say we got rats, right? I know for a fact mice. Rats. They said we have mice, not rats. I'm sorry, mice. I know for a fact we don't. Okay.
No, because it's hot as I don't know what up in there.
They said at one point in time they're urinating, they're doing all these things. You need to get this insulation that's up here out because it's gonna be contaminated because blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then we can do that. It's like a 3-day process. Blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah, because I needed to fumigate or some.
Right. They got to fumigate.
Tear out the old insulation, fumigate.
Right.
Put in the new insulation. We would have to be gone from the house. Yada yada yada.
Right. So this is around the time that I started to tap out. Okay, I started to tap out in this part of the conversation, right? So they said it was going to take 3 days to do this. No, let me preface this like this. This was like when they say everything happens in threes.
Yeah.
This is exactly the first strike. Okay, this is like. This is like me watching Marvel whatever. I'm watching fucking Tony Stark. I'm watching Tony Stark do his thing. I'm watching Iron Man do his thing. Mm-hmm. I'm Marvel all day, okay? No, I'm actually DC because I love Batman. But anyway, I'm on that mindset. This dude sat here and did his little calculations.
Oh, he went outside to the car.
Went outside to the car. He said, I'll be back in about 30 minutes, right? Comes back and said, okay, this is what it is. So, here's the pictures and everything. And, good evidence and pictures. I had water in the tray up there because of some other shit that I'm about to explain to you in about 5 minutes. Less than. So, moving forward, he goes through all these pictures and he said that, we would have to suck the old insulation out, then we would pump some more in there, get it all set and everything, and it's going to cost $18,000. I said, y'all can get the fuck out of my house.
Literally.
I said it just like that, and I got up from my dining room table, walked around the corner to my stairs, walked upstairs, and proceeded to tell my mama how these defiled young-ass white boys is trying to tell me how the fuck I'm going to pay $18,000 for you to suck out installation that is in my attic. Mind you, it's not that big.
Supposedly fumigate and then reinstall insulation.
Get the fuck out of my house. $18,000. I'm gonna pay y'all $18,000 for you to pull up in the truck.
No.
To bring some tubes up to my. Get the fuck out of my house.
Not happening, bro. So, mind you, he leaves me sitting there with these two young men, and they looked at me.
Leave her.
And I look at them, and I said, really? That much? Okay. It's been nice chatting with you. Oh. We're done here? Yes. Have a good evening.
Babe.
What?
I can't cut you off. But Chris is an asshole because I have to tell this story. It's a small short story. So in his comment, he was nothing much, just botless. So people that understand, baht is the currency of Thailand.
Oh, God.
And I turned into the botless man.
Chrissy told me this story I don't know how many times. It's funny as shit.
Who?
You. Talking about your bot. Over there, just going to the ATM.
I mean, I pulled out 10,000 baht.
That's it.
I pulled out 10,000 baht, and everybody's like, yeah, this man botless. Who the fuck pulls out 10,000 baht in Thailand and then comes to the boat with that same amount of money in the same night? That man is botless. There's no way. That man must pay child support. There ain't no way he paid for drinks, strippers, and a whole bunch of other shit and still came back with 10,000 baht. Something wrong with him. Mm-hmm. But yes, I had pulled out 10,000 baht. We had went to the movie theater and saw. Shit, I can't think of the name of it. But it was a good movie. And then found a bootleg movie seller. And I bought like 20 movies for like $10. Hey, deployment is depressing when you start watching the same movies all the time. When you start seeing Minority Report and Spider-Man, you're like, oh, this is some bullshit. They back in their Marvel shit. They going into action movies and shit. Yeah, that's how deployment was. But then when you go to Thailand, there's a lot of things you can get on bootleg. And there's a lot of things I didn't realize was bootleg. Them strip clubs was not bootleg. They literally was pulling Christmas lights out of their... Okay, never mind. Let's move on. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, y'all will figure it out later. Secondly, being in Thailand is a completely... I put it like this: every movie they talk about Thailand, Love You Long Time, everything like that is true.
Dang. That's crazy.
Have you ever been to a place that is not the same at night because it's a transformer? I'm being serious. Like literally, you go down there during the daytime, it's like a normal street, normal neighborhood.
Yeah.
At night,
it's like Party Central.
Nigga, it's a club full of hoes and everything else. These bitches dancing and shit. You like, what is going on? The STDs is running rampant. I can smell it.
Oh.
Oh, it was atrocious.
Wow.
I'm sure people have came back to that boat and knew they had an STD and just dealt with that until they got back home and said that they got some kind of virus on the boat.
Gross.
When they got home.
Gross.
I'm serious.
Nope.
Like, bro, that stuff is nasty.
So, anywho.
Respecting something you can't afford.
Yes.
But you said something. But go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, you had mentioned about the things happen in threes. Well, this inspection that we had before you had your conversation led to another inspection and another inspection, where each of these two next inspections, one was...
We didn't have to pay for.
One was plumbing and one was electrical. And no, we didn't have to pay for those because they were free with our membership.
We had the other one too, the AC and heating.
That was a add-in. That wasn't an inspection. That was an add-in because...
No, we had an inspection. No, we had an inspection for that. The one that you had was an add-in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the electrical and the plumbing inspection, like I said, they were free with our membership, and it was great. We were informed of some things that we didn't know of. There were a couple of things that we kind of knew were reaching their end point. But the cost of some of that stuff as a homeowner, holy hell, Batman.
It's ridiculous.
They racking up all these prices, and I mean, one was like 13,000. Another choice was possibly 11, and then if you hit the bare minimum, it was like 7,000. And I'm like, that's the bare minimum? Shit.
Well, this is like...
What is going on?
This is buying a home that somebody else lived in before you did.
Right.
Opposed to buying a new home that nobody's lived in.
Yes.
And still possibly having to deal with some of the same shit that someone has to deal with.
The builder, did something wrong or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot. But...
It is.
Getting back to the topic, saying that expecting something you can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
I have this thought. Some people have that expectation that you're gonna expect something, but you can't afford it yourself. And I've talked about this before, but I'm not even talking about things financially.
Yes.
This is like a whole conversation about being motivated to do things that you typically, I wouldn't necessarily say you wouldn't say that you don't want to do it, but because of the fact that you know other people that have done it and been successful with it,
right,
makes you want to drift down that same path.
Yes.
This is the problem.
Especially if you see how successful they are,
right,
in what they did. You wanna tap into whatever resource they used to get them there.
Right.
Sometimes it's not always that easy.
That's true.
Just saying.
That's true. And I think a lot of times people have the empty type of mentality to think that it's just okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. People have this mentality because they bring a lot to the table, that if somebody that they're messing with can afford it, why not get it?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have enough money to take care of it or purchase it yourself. Okay. But this is the mentality that a lot of people have, and this is not even just talking about that. That's just in life. You get in a relationship with someone that you know it's a bargain to deal with type of people that you're dealing with. Yet you do it and then have the expectation that it's going to turn out good, when you know it's going to be nothing but drama. Absolute nothing but drama. Why? Why put yourself through drama when you know there's going to be drama and it's a challenge for you? So it's like, oh, it's a challenge. That's the reason why. That makes absolutely no sense.
Can't have expectations.
Exactly.
I mean,
you can't have expectations. You can't change everybody.
No, you can't.
But I have a segment that I want to start.
What's it called?
I sent it to you.
Yes, you did.
You were supposed to tell. What is it?
One moment, please.
Oh, here we go with that shit. Holding the elevator, please.
This shit is irritating.
Yes. My new segment, and I'm going to have music attached to it at some point. This shit is irritating.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Y'all ever, as men, have y'all ever had conversations and somebody out of the blue just says pause? This is the shit that's irritating the fuck out of me. When have we gotten to a point in our lives where we have to sit there and say pause? Because you, as a heterosexual straight man, feel like the conversation is turning homosexual. Please help me understand this.
That's strange.
You remember back in the day, and I know you do, when you was in your Navy days, and a new song come out and the beat come on, you'd be like, oh shit, that shit's hard. Oh yeah, you say that shit now? Pause.
What? Wow.
When has everybody been so thought worthy of homosexuality?
See, and I wouldn't even think of the word pause in that respect. Pause to me means you need to take a break. Stop for a second. Hold on.
But that's what they're saying when they say pause. They want you to take a break in what you're saying, because they automatically think that what you're saying is gay.
And the crazy part is that it's been a popular slang term used since the 1990s, similar to no homo. And
that shit ain't written in the 1990s. No homo was like back early 2000s. Maybe it was in the 90s, but even then, it don't even make no sense.
Right.
Why do we become so overconscious of the fact of what we saying? It might sound gay. It's like motherfuckers can't talk about eating a hot dog. You can't eat a banana a certain way because it look gay.
Yeah.
If somebody saw me eating a banana and I'm in my house and I'm chilling, I didn't break the shit off, they'd be like, nigga, that's gay. Why are you sitting here worried about how the fuck I eat a banana anyway? Why are you measuring the aptitude of the dynamics of the situation when it comes to me absorbing this banana's ass? Why are you worried about it? That's what I don't understand. Why is everybody so gayophobic to where now it's like you have gaydar that's retarded? Because literally it's retarded.
It says now pause is when somebody says something dumb. You say pause before. Give me mine. It was used when you catch yourself saying something dumb or out of pocket.
No. Get off the internet. That's not what it meant.
I'm just saying.
Motherfuckers say pause when people say some shit that's borderline gay. Like literally. People like me are saying that shit.
Gen Z.
I don't give a fuck about Gen Z.
I'm just bringing it up as what's being stated. For pause means in Gen Z slang what you say to someone who says something crazy, weird, or inappropriate mid-sentence.
Or gay.
It does not say anything.
I'm not sitting here getting in a fucking debate with you, woman. A lot of this shit started out with the gay shit. Now it's the dumb shit. It's the dumb shit. People want to say pause when it's dumb shit. No, in your mind it's dumb shit. Because of it. See, this is the way young people think. Young people want to say pause when they think it's dumb shit. When they think it's dumb shit. You don't think a police chase on the highway is dumb shit. Y'all think that shit's funny. You know what the dumbest shit is in life? Questioning somebody that's already been through the shit you are about to go through. Let that marinate. What you got for people before we get up out of here? Because I ain't trying to be on here no more than what we've been on here for.
The only thing I have for the people is make sure if you are a homeowner that you have your home inspected, typically in the spring and in the winter, because you never know, you may have something wrong that you're unaware of. So do that and be good to your people. That's it. Have a fabulous week and weekend. I'm out. Deuces.
Well, we are at this point in the podcast where we actually have to dip out, lay low, and say, yeah. It's been a minute since we've done this podcast, and I know we've been gone for a minute. It's going to take some time for people to reattach to the podcast and actually get the flavor and the understanding of where we're coming from. You know, and reattach yourself to the personality. I get it. But don't think that we ain't thinking about y'all. Don't think that we ain't, sitting in the back of just, trying to come up with better ways to be able to entertain y'all and inform y'all or do whatever it is that it comes to us when it comes to That's What I Said. It's gonna happen, y'all. Just saying. It's about to happen. Y'all just don't realize the elevation that's about to happen. Not even visually. Just throwing it out there.
not just visually. There's a lot of things that's about to happen, and y'all about to just like, okay, we're gonna ride it out and see what happens, and we're gonna keep riding. We're gonna keep on riding. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Appreciate y'all. Do what y'all always have done. Support your boy and your girl. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
I'm always cool with being me. They never match what I'm on. I play with cash for the fun. Got body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. From Farrakhan, keep the peace. I look out for me.
But what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. I don't talk too much, but the diamonds talking loud. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. But what they say, what they say, what they. But what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds.
I'm way up, nothing less than. And I'ma stay up.
Can't hear 'em from the clouds.
God, please save him for me.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you